One of the most notable villains in entertainment received their latest solo movie in October 2019, immediately packing theaters all over the world. Written and directed by Todd Phillips, the Joker brings a deep insight on the journey of a citizen from a somewhat regular person all the way to the twisted, sick individual who we all know as the main Batman rival on the DC universe. Surrounded by a toxic society, Arthur Fleck goes from a normal worker trying to make his way through life to an unstoppable, rampant killer with no regard for his consequences. Working as a street clown, the character got attacked and beaten by a group of teenagers, the first of a series of humiliating events in his life that helped shaping him into a criminal. The Oscar-winning performance by Joaquin Phoenix brought for the first time a real success to Joker's recent impersonations, finally honoring the reputation created by legends Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson in previous Batman movies. Seeing such a dangerous villain be just a regular person brings a reflection about how society and its flaws can transform and bring the worst out of anyone. The Joker doesn't have any powers, doesn't run a gang moving lots of money, and does not come from somewhere in the outer space. Arthur Fleck is as normal as anyone else, dealing with his own specific life problems. The villain ends up turning into somewhat of a hero to some people, much based on the similarities those citizens can identify throughout the course of his life. Not necessarily by the violent outcomes, but by understanding his process of suffering through phases of life and attempting to fight back in the most riot way. The brilliant reflection lays on the fact that it could be anyone. It could be your neighbor, it could be your brother, it could be you, why not? It could be even me. Everyone is going through something. And triggers come in different forms and moments throughout life. Of course, there is the element of exaggeration of the movie, but with the mix of certain specific links like mental health issues, a toxic environment, and the lack of proper professional help, it can trigger people to tragic outcomes in their lives. And each one reacts in a certain way. Dealing with personal problems is something very delicate. If you have the right environment of people surrounding you to make you deal with it in a better way, great. But there are people that doesn't have the support needed to overcome those issues, and they can end up slipping away from the right ways. The Joker is the representation of tragedy, based on actual issues present in real-life society. The world's most famous villain now has an own movie to be proud of, and the phrase, "every villain is the hero of their own story" was never so well represented.